Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Bahamut Lagoon! Today, let's take a look at how exactly dragon transformations work. Before, during the main storyline, I was just saying, hey, do this to make that happen, to transform dragons into what I want, without going into the details of exactly how and why it works, other than, the stats that I'm increasing. But now I can go over all of that. Be aware that this information is not necessary to understand the game, which is why I didn't go over it in the main storyline. But I thought I'd describe how I figured out what I wanted to do to develop my dragons. So let's see, I've got a file back in Chapter 2 of the main storyline there, which would be a good example of how some of the dragon transformations work. Now, there's two kinds of dragon transformations: elemental and non-elemental dragons. Most of the time, you will and should be using elemental dragons, so let's take a look at that. That's what I completely relied on throughout the main storyline there. Now, for elemental dragons, there are 7 tiers of transformations, which depend on 5 attributes. So let me pick out a dragon here. So yeah, there's all of their stats. So the 5 attributes they use for that are fire, water, thunder. So each of those is one attribute. But then recovery or poison is used for one attribute, depending on which one is greater than the other. And the 5th attribute is strength or vitality, and again, whichever one is greater between the two, and that's the one it uses for that. So for fire, water, thunder, recovery, and poison, what was that? You gain a level for them every 10 elemental power they have. So like with Salmando there, they would have level 2 fire, then level 1 water, thunder, recovery going on there. And then for strength and vitality, you gain a level for every 25 of those, up to a maximum of 250, which I'm not even close to at this point in the game. Now, the levels, however, can be viewed at the bottom there in the dragon formation menu, just before starting a battle. So from left to right, those levels correspond to these stats here. From left to right, it's strength, vitality, dexterity, mind, fire, water, thunder. Earth is a separate one. I'll go over that in just a moment. Then they got recovery and poison. Now, in the first 5 tiers of the dragon transformations, if you have a level in one of the 5 attributes, you go up to the next tier, but your specific elements will depend on which attributes that you've unlocked. So let's take a look at Thunderhawk here. They've got a level in thunder, poison, and strength. So, what is that? Strength, thunder, and poison. You see at the bottom there, they got 1 in each of those. And let's say for Ice Drake, I've got fire, water, and thunder up to 1 level there. So they'll both be considered tier 3 dragons, even though they're using different attributes there. So they have access to those skills or techs and spells, but they're different even though they're the same tier because of how they've been developed up to this point. To unlock an Earth elemental transformation, you need to have at least 1 level in fire, water, and thunder. And then your Earth level will be considered whatever is the lowest of the 3 there. And if you look at Salmando there, we've got fire, water, thunder, and recovery. So Salmando is a tier 4 dragon. And if I got strength or vitality up to 25, that would bring Salmando up to tier 5 there. So let's see, I want to skip ahead to my Chapter 7 file that I have going on here. And let's see. So once you have a level in the 5 attributes, you need to max them out in order to reach tier 6, which unlocks Holy and Dark Dragon transformations. Both Holy and Dark Elemental Dragons require at least Fire, Water, Thunder, and Strength or Vitality to be maxed out there, which I did with Twinhead here at that point in time. And then whether a dragon becomes Holy or Dark Elemental depends on their recovery or poison elemental stats, whichever is greater. So, like, I could increase Twinhead's recovery stat to 99, but they'll still be in their Dark transformation because, well, their poison stat is still greater. Although, in this case, it boosted their loyalty up to 100 there. So let's use a heal potion to reduce that. I'll go over in how that exactly works in just a moment. But, okay, so yeah, poison is still greater, so the Dark Dragon transformation wins out. But, let me see here, if you max out both of them, then, or if they're equal, then the intimacy stat is the tiebreaker, becoming Dark Elemental under 50 intimacy, or if your intimacy stat is under 50, or they'll become Holy Elemental if their intimacy is 50 or greater. So that's why I didn't do that at that point in time with Twinhead, because I wanted access to Dark Elemental text, and you lose out on one or the other when you're at tier 6. Okay, so let's pick up where I left off there in X-Play, or X-Mode, whatever it is. And so here, we already got up to tier 7, which, in order to do that, you need to max out all 5 elemental stats. That's the second row there. And you have to also max out Strength and Vitality, which will transform into a Master Dragon with access to all of their techs, spells, and elements, Holy and Dark, at the same time. Now, that said, any elemental transformation will be overridden by any non-elemental transformation, depending on the intimacy, loyalty, and transformation stats in ascending order of priority. If you reduce a dragon's intimacy stat to 0, let's see, I need an item that can do that. Let's go, where are they? Botched cookies. Yeah, that should certainly drop that down to 0. It reduces the intimacy stat, but I think it increases some other ones there. Okay, yeah, that increased the loyalty and fidelity stats. But, well, yeah, as you can see, loyalty has priority over intimacy for dragon transformations. So, in order to get out of that, use a heal potion as usual. And then if your intimacy stat is 0, you'll become a lonely dragon, regardless of what the dragon's other stats are. It completely overrides them. But yeah, they still keep all of their elemental abilities, but they have a chance of failure. Not even just missing, just it'll say fail, like with the mini devils there. So yeah, you probably want to avoid that. Oh, tiny dragon. Okay, so let's see. Now, what can override that is a dragon's loyalty and fidelity stat. If you get your loyalty stat up to 100 there, let's see if I can find something that'll do that for me. let's see, mushrooms. Yeah, let's go with that. I think that'll get loyalty up to 100 there. And when you do that, the dragon will transform into an Uni dragon, whose attribute level is based on the fidelity stats. For every 10 fidelity, you get a level for your abilities and stuff that you get from an Uni dragon. And let's see, if we get both loyalty and fidelity up to 100 at the same time, they will transform into a black dragon, which is the same thing as an Uni dragon. It's essentially just a level 10 Uni dragon, that's it. I don't think there's anything special about a black dragon over an Uni dragon. It's basically the same thing. Now this one, well, any Uni dragon or black dragon transformation will override any elemental and lonely dragon transformations regardless of their other stats. And I'm going to show off how that works in a moment, but let's go over the third and final special transformation, which is based on one of the dragon's hidden stats, the transformation stat. And the only way to increase that stat is with the princess items that you collect throughout the game. And there's only 5 of them in a single playthrough, unless you go into like X mode or something. So the princess items increase a dragon's transformation stat by 20 up to a maximum of 100. And I'll show how all of those transformation forms look here. I think it's the same regardless of which dragon you got. Or at least it's very similar there. Oh, okay, well, we can just keep on adding more heads here while we're at it, but I just thought I'd show you each individual one. Unfortunately, you can't, like, transform a dragon at, like, a transformation stat of, like, 10 or 30 or 50 or anything like that. No, it doesn't work that way. So you can only do it, there's only 5 transformations that you can do, and if you basically, if you're going to use this, only do it if you've got all 5 of them. There's no reason to do it just like halfway as you go throughout the game. No, it's totally not worth it at that point. But the maximum transformation is the Behemoth, which takes priority over all other dragon transformations, regardless of whatever their stats are. And the only way to remove it is with one of the Gunso items, which reduces a dragon's transformation stat by 100. And that, yeah, like I said, that's a hidden stat. Their head is bigger than the rest of their body. But, yeah, so that's how you unlock that one. And you know what? Let's take a look at how these dragons work here. Why not? Let's go one last time unto the breach. And yeah, I'm just gonna go right into the battle here. I worked my way up to level 22 off screen, which took many days to do so. So that way I could get all of the princess items. So this is the earliest point in time where you could normally get a behemoth dragon to help out your party. So let's see what we can do here. Let's, yeah, I don't want my dragons doing anything, but I would like some of my party members to be able to reach the enemies. So let's go there with that, and let's take a look at what a black dragon, or, well, an Uni dragon would look like. They look the same on the field, whether they're a black dragon or Uni dragon, doesn't matter. They only change, like, during battle or something. But, let's see. Let's have black dragon go wherever they want on the battlefield. So, your party members, when their dragon is an Uni dragon, they change all of your spells and everything. And, yeah, for your regular magic spells, well, they change summons, but they change all of your texts and magic spells to uni whatever your dragon is there. Yeah, let's go with, I assume that's Leviathan there. They just abbreviate them for some reason. So all the magic is non-elemental here. It totally overrides any of your elemental stats, or elemental texts and spells and everything like that. And what do we got here? Not bad, not bad. It's the problem though is that your abilities or your actions can potentially fail there, and this stuff really isn't more powerful than the elemental stuff that we've collected throughout the game. So yeah, I don't know why you would ever want to use this. I mean, even if you got rid of the failure part, which is bad enough as it is, but even without that, I mean, you're not dealing more damage, so why would you ever go for that? I don't know. Seems kind of strange to me. Oh, yeah, and dragons can, or black dragons or uni dragons can just fail like mini devils do anyway. There's a reason why I tried to ignore mini devils as much as possible, because I like my abilities to actually work. What a concept. Okay, so let's see if I can get our behemoth into the action there. Now, the behemoth is a different breed of cat altogether. What they do is, well, at least, let's take a look at their abilities first, and then we'll go into that. So, I don't have any field abilities, so I'm going to have to go into direct combat to show what they can do. So, again, this one overrides whatever elements your dragons have. So, let's see what we can do here with all of these. So, I think these ones choose a random element, even though it says neutral. I'm not exactly sure how this one works, but well, we'll find out right now. So yeah, Behemoth Dragon will randomly transform into any of the other dragon transformations possible, and then use a spell or attack or whatever from that dragon at free of MP cost. So let's see, in this case, I think it's kind of hard for me to tell what element is being used. But yeah, because, you know, we're knights, we're going to be dealing a lot of damage, but as you can see, we're not really dealing more damage than, you know, we were with our elemental abilities. So, again, why would you want to go for that? I mean, I guess the dragon's MP, if you're really concerned about it, you could use the Behemoth transformation, but by the time you are able to unlock it, you'll have more money than God, and you'll be able to buy whatever magic gins you need to increase your dragon's MP. So, yeah, I'm not really sure what the point of all that is. That's why I sold all of the princess items during the main storyline, because yeah, it's not really better than anything I was already using, so, yeah. Kind of strange how all of that works. Now let's see, to show, or to demonstrate the Lonely Dragon, I think I'm going to use the, the movement glitch. Let me see if I can even get over there. Okay, yeah, I'll be able to make it over there. Do I have any thunder abilities? I could just do it like this. Yeah, let's go this way. Do that. Let's see, I want you to stay back while we blow up some more of the wall here so Kaito Squad can get up there and put our Lonely Dragon to use. I guess that's why they called it an intimacy stat, because, well, I guess if you didn't have intimacy, you'd be pretty lonely, I guess, or something like that. Yeah, the intimacy stat is kind of strange in that regard. But, okay, so yeah, get over here, party, or go into the menu here, 1, 2, 3, get back up there, cancel, then we can move along to get even more movement. Okay, so with Ice Drake, let you go wherever you want there. And let's see what abilities we got here. So, yeah, we still have access to all of our elemental skills in this case. So that does not get overwritten, but the Lonely Dragon, their abilities can potentially fail. I don't know if that can happen with my party members, because the abilities are identical. So I would think it would be relying on that instead of like some separate mechanic there, as with the Lonely Dragon. But yeah, I mean, we're still dealing fairly decent damage there. Did I not take any damage from that? The fire spell or whatever they used, I don't know. Well, I'll take a look in a moment there. But let's see, I forget what exactly my equipment was at this point in the game. So, alright, there you go. So yeah, the same abilities there, the elements. So this time it did go through, but like the Uni Dragon or the Black Dragon, their abilities can potentially fail, making them completely pointless. So, yeah, again, I would just rather avoid that than, you know, I mean, I've already got all my dragons maxed out at this point in the game. I just forget exactly what equipment I had at that point. Let me see what happens when I use some other abilities here. Although for her, there's not much I can do. Especially if my Black Dragon comes in. Okay, you got him. He's dead. You can stop now. Wow, that didn't seem to be more powerful than, you know, any of their physical attacks before. Yeah, I'm not really sure what the point of that is. But, let's see here. Well, these guys will eventually stop attacking us. We're not in range of most of the cannons here. And I didn't send Salmando to distract the Siegfried there. But, okay, so let's see, with Taicho's squad there. Yeah, I'm at max. I didn't take damage from that. I think with the Chabim armor, let me take a look at that. It's been a little while since I looked at all this stuff. Let's see, so with that armor, yeah, so I mean, it protects you against all status ailments, but I think it also makes you immune to all elemental damage. So it basically has an energy suit built into it, but they don't state that here. I always thought it was just like something to do with, what is that? Like instant death resistance being equal to dark elemental resistance. But that was a fire attack they used, so yeah, I mean, as if the heavy armors needed that extra elemental resistance there. I mean, they got defense already. They don't even have to defend there. So, alright, I hope you've enjoyed Let's Play Bahamut Lagoon. That's everything that I think I can show in this game. I'll be getting my next LP ready to go. Maybe do a tech demo or a preview or a trailer or something or other. I don't know. I'm still doing my last test run, and then we'll get started on that. This is H.C. Bailey, signing off, and see you next Let's Play.